Hello, everybody. It's from Positive Fandom. I hope you all are well today. I'm making a short video where I'm going to be previewing all the fun stuff that's going on, or at least a lot of it, at New York Comic Con 2022. For those of you who are going to be attending, I'll be there Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. I might be able to make it Friday. I'm still not sure about the time, but I certainly will be making an appearance along with our Uncivilized Scoundrels crew, 1/6 Scale Man, and his posse. So also looking forward to seeing some of the peeps from Geeking Out might be there, like Loco, Lou, and of course, everybody who we normally see in the chat, in addition to the creators. So let's get started talking about New York City Comic Con panel preview. Hi, everybody. It's RM. I'm back. Of course, I'm extremely excited for this year's New York City Comic Con 2022. Certainly, it's going to be a great year. I can tell you that tickets are sold out for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm sorry, guys, but you can still get tickets for Thursday. So if you go to the Comic-Con website at New York Comic Con, they are still selling tickets for Thursday. I think that's around $67 or $68. So you can still purchase those. If you want to purchase or at least try and get tickets for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can go on to the Light Ticket Exchange and put in a request there, but tickets are not guaranteed for those days. 4-day tickets are sold out, and VIP tickets seem to be sold out as well. But go ahead and try if you can. People always cancel at the last minute. You know how it goes, everybody. The prices are about $60 to $70 per day, but Light might charge you a little bit more if you go with that option to get a ticket. So just keep that in mind. Also, if you get your badges, make sure you activate them before you go in. There is will call, but I'm sure the line will be very, very long this year to pick that up. Also wanted to mention that unfortunately this year they are requiring that you wear a mask to the con. Yes, last year was the same. 2021 was the same. You had to wear a mask. So this year you have to wear the mask again. I was hoping that you wouldn't have to, but I had a suspicion that they would require it. Once I saw it was required, I believe, at San Diego Comic-Con a few months ago. So I understand their standpoint in regards to this. They certainly don't want a repeat of last year's situation, so or to put anybody in danger. And I get that. Now, one thing that I did want to mention is that there is a lot going on in regards to the con. And I also wanted to say that certainly it's going to be a great year regardless, even though we're going to be wearing masks. I don't know what it's going to mean if you have to go ahead and take a photograph with somebody, whether or not there has to be a barrier between you and them. I went to a con last year and that was the case for some of the guests who were there had barriers, which makes sense, especially for guests who were concerned about their health. And I get that. And I honored that and respect that. But it certainly is very different when you're going to a con and you're wearing a mask, and sometimes there are these barriers. So I don't know whether there are any. Just make sure that you check the details when you are in the process of making your selections for who you would like to see. And there is quite a variety this year. I'm on my older computer, but that's okay. I'm just going to share the screen now. Hopefully it shares nicely and cooperates, because computer kind of takes a little longer sometimes for things to happen here. So here we go. Okay. So yeah, this is just some of the guests that will be here at the con. A lot of pretty cool names. Ben Barnes there. And, just Drew Barrymore. And then, of course, on this page, it has all the guests who will be there. If you want to, a lot of them are still on sale. I can report that Sebastian Stan's signing dates and meetups, I believe, are sold out. Excuse me. Gosh, I don't know. My throat's getting so dry. Sorry. His stuff is sold out. So unfortunately, it's going to be very hard to, it would be very hard to get tickets to see him now, unless you maybe went to a third party to try and buy it, which they don't recommend you doing that. But there are so many great guests who will be there. Just waiting for the page to load. Took a little bit longer to do it because I'm on my older computer, guys. This is my really old computer. Okay, here we go. And so, you know, the usual guests here. You know, I'd love to meet Michael J. Fox. I'm not going to be able to meet him on this trip, but certainly, you know, Oscar Isaac is definitely somebody that a lot of you might want to meet. Sebastian Stan. So they have a lot of great featured guests and panelists that are going to be there. And even more than the last time I looked, it seemed like they had added so many over the past few weeks, guys. This woman who looks just like Wonder Woman's Gal Gadot, certainly a lot of you might want to meet. So anyway, you know, there is that. There's a lot of people. Anson Mount is going to be there from Star Trek. Certainly, that would be exciting to meet that gentleman. So if you just scroll through, you'll see everybody who's there. Ben Barnes, I've always wanted to meet him. So I am actually going to meet one particular person while I'm there. This guy is the guy from who does the this gentleman, Brendan Wayne. I think he's John Wayne's grandson, as well as another gentleman who are the doubles for The Mandalorian. They are the gentleman in the suit, one for the fighting scenes and another one for other parts. I think for parts of the stunts will also be there. His name escapes me, but it would be great to meet those guys as well. So there's quite a lot of different options for everybody. Is it a full panel list, a full guest list? I think it's a pretty full one. It might not be as full as it was pre, you know, everything. There's Daniel Radcliffe will be there. Some of these guys are going to be in a panel, and some of these guys are going to be signing different things. David Boreanaz was just added. I love David Boreanaz. I love him for a number of reasons, but of course, I watched him in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and then in Angel, and then in Bones. And then in SEAL Team, guys, David Boreanaz is in this series called SEAL Team, which I've been watching maybe for the past 6 years. I think he's done a fantastic job in SEAL Team. He's going to be there Friday, and I don't think I'm going to be there Friday. But if I am going to be there Friday, I would love to have met David Boreanaz for this photo op. But I'm going to be reviewing SEAL Team for my channel, everybody. I'm going to be reviewing the SEAL Team series on TV. This may be its last season. I'm not sure. But regardless, SEAL Team is such an extraordinary series, and I'm going to review it for you guys. I have a feeling you might like it. If you like military dramas, then you will love SEAL Team, for those of you out there. Now, also David Barry, who's this guy on the left of the screen. David Barry is in a show called Outlander, which is a fantasy story, which has been very popular, certainly. And he will be there with the panels, which I'm going to be attending some of the panels that he's going to be at. So I'm really excited to see David Barry. And this lady here, Diana Gabaldon, she is the author of Outlander. So if any of you guys are Outlander fans, you like the mysticism and the wonderful stories that Diana Gabaldon has done for Outlander, she will be there. And you know what? I'm going to be there. Certainly at the panels that she's going to be at. And I can't wait to hear what she has to say about the next episodes coming up. DMC from Run DMC will be there. And Duncan Lacroix, also from Outlander, will be there. That's going to be a fun time, everybody. There's one more guest from Outlander that I am excited for. And I don't think I'm going to come across his name in this view, but I did just want to show you some of the stuff that's some of the great people who are going to be there. And it is all the usual people that you would expect at the con. Maybe some of you are going to see somebody that you've been wanting to see for a while. I don't remember this many people last year, but there certainly were a lot of interesting people around at the con. James McAvoy is going to be on a panel. There's going to be a ton of people. Jamie Lee Curtis is going to have a special panel for Halloween. Seems quite well timed, of course. And then, of course, you know, the list goes on and on and on. Now, talking about the panels, let me just go to the section where the panels are. I hope I can find it, because the last time I tried to find it this way, I wasn't able to find it. I think it's in Explore. It's not cooperating here. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can get to it. And let's see. Yes, in panels. So let's click on the panels. And we're going to go to panels and screenings. And of course, there's going to be tons of cosplay here, everybody. There will always be tons of cosplay. That is certainly something that we can all look forward to. Certainly not anything that is a surprise there. I'm not doing any cosplay. I'm just going to attend as a regular attendee. I will be doing a meetup with the 1/6 scale man, Lael Rockwell, also with Latoya T, and Vincent Dunn, who is an artist, as well as some other guests, I believe, who I met last year, but I cannot remember their names, but they were very nice people. Certainly am excited to see them. And I'm just going to go ahead and click in something so I don't have to see every single little thing, which I think is the panel choice, which is here. So Friday night, I'm going to go to a panel screening. The other thing I was going to mention is that in opposed to having the lottery, this year, they decided to go ahead and allow people to make reservations. And of course, the reservations process was done twice. It was done, I think, maybe a month ago, and then just last week on a Monday. So you could try and go ahead and reserve certain panels, which are sort of like on the larger stages. But I managed to get a panel called, what is the panel called? I managed to get a panel for Friday night called Friday Violent Night, which is a screening at 7 p.m. I don't think you can see it because I don't have it on the screen, but I just randomly picked it, and I said I knew I could make the evening event, which I'm very excited about. I'm assuming that it is something that involves some kind of movie. So I'll see what it's about, but it's at 7 p.m. on Friday. And as I said, Friday, I'm not sure what time I'm going to make it there. So let's see if I click on Friday, it might say something about it. There's quite a lot on here. Friday certainly is going to be a great day to go. There's Avatar Legacy panel. Pokemon, as always. The Nycc company will be doing a continuing mission in pop culture. And those are the guys who are the creators of The Toys That Made Us, the movies that made us. Also, The Center Seat, 55 Years of Star Trek, and A Toy Store Near You. They're going to be discussing their newest thing that they're working on, is probably movie or documentary. Those guys are fantastic. So they're going to be there. And let's see, the Mean Girls 18th anniversary meetup is going to be there. Padawan Training Institute. I did kind of look at a lot of this stuff before. There's a copyright and contracts for creators and how to handle your copyrights information. That's very interesting. Rachel Lee Cook, I don't know if you guys, how old many of you are, but I've watched her in She's All That, and she will also be doing an autograph signing as well. So she'll be there. I wouldn't mind meeting her. Ralph Macchio from The Karate Kid, and of course, Cobra Kai will be there. John Leguizamo is making an appearance. And the list keeps going on and on. I'm going to try and see if I can find out who who will be there and what this this late night horror film event I'm going to see. I think it's a film. And as I mentioned, the Sebastian Stan photo op is unfortunately sold out, and it was sold out rather quickly, which is not a surprise, everybody. Also, K-pop time. I had no idea that there would be a K-pop thing here, but there is one. So that should be interesting. Okay. And then, of course, the water, earth, fire, and air, continuing the Avatar legacy, as I mentioned earlier. They're also going to have a panel about the Beetlejuice musical on Broadway. And it has been getting a lot of buzz. I think it closes in December, but it certainly has been one that's gotten a lot of people's attention. So that is, going to be amazing to see. Let's see. Now I'm looking for this one. Okay, more cosplay. This doesn't make any sense. We already looked at that. Oh, maybe it just relists it. Well, let me see if I can scroll down to the end, which I did. And let's see if I can see the 7 p.m. scary horror night thing that, okay, here it is, I think. All right. So I happen to have tickets to Violent Night, the exclusive screening event. Let me just confirm that. Yes, Friday Violent Night, the exclusive streaming event. And it says that it's going to be at the Empire Stage at 7:15 to 9:15. And New York City Comic Con attendees will be the first audience to see Violent Night, the new cold, dark holiday thriller from 87 North, the bare knuckle producers of Nobody, John Wick, Atomic Blonde, and Deadpool. Well, this sounds great, doesn't it? So I managed to just reserve one ticket. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. But there are some other events going on, other screenings and late night things like VHS 99, VHS Goes to Hell. On the heels of last year's record-breaking VHS 94, the Shudder original film, VHS 99, the latest feature in the hit found footage anthology franchise. So maybe some of you guys have seen that. I don't know. There's also an evening with Lee Berdugo, Danny Pendergast, and The Demon in the Wood, which is you have to purchase that ticket separately. And then there's Tour After Dark Chaotic Book Club in the evening, Geek Life Rules, which is a cosplay cabaret, Best of 2000 AD, and Science of Science Fiction. That sounds interesting. Astrophysicist Charles Liu, also seen on Star Trek with Neil deGrasse Tyson, will be joined with geneticist Dr. Daniel Ginsberg and neuroscientist and psychologist Dr. Heather Berlin. So it's going to be a scientific talk with actual scientists, an astrophysicist, a geneticist, and a neuroscientist, neurologist, psychologist. Let the Right One In, special screening of the new Showtime series, followed by Q&A. These are some nice previews. And also A World of Demons, the villains of Doctor Who. And so I think there's a few more. There's a One Piece screening. I'm sure a lot of people would like to see that. Screening of One Piece episode. Oh, but it's not the new film. Special tie-in episodes to the new movie. Okay. So they're going to show you just a little bit of One Piece, but I think they probably could have gone ahead and shown you the film. But anyway, certainly there's a lot of really cool things going on Friday there. And I kind of skipped Thursday, but it's not because, well, it's mainly because I don't think I'm going to be there on Thursday. But certainly there are some really great panels. So let's go ahead and look at Saturday, which is probably the most attended day in New York Comic Con. And often I don't go on Saturdays because it used to be, it's just too crowded. So, but it just so happens that I will be there this Saturday. And I do have some tickets to panels, guys. For Saturday, I have a number of different things that I purchased, although I don't see what I purchased right there. But the number one thing that I purchased, which was a little bit out of the ordinary, is I had purchased a ticket for an Outlander event, and the Outlander event takes place on Saturday. And maybe if I can find it here, if I put in Outlander, I'm not sure if it'll say it, what's going on. Maybe not, but can't remember what the title of it is, but there's an Outlander event that's taking place on Saturday, and I'm so excited for this event. Essentially, it's a Saturday night event. I am going to meet one of the stars from Outlander, and I'm also going to a special evening event. So this is the event that I'm going. This is actually the events that I'm going to are right here. This one is called the Sam Hugan main stage event, and it's Saturday night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. And there's going to be a small group where we have like a one-on-one meeting with this particular gentleman. And I'm just going to click on it because so you can kind of see a little bit more about it, what I'm doing there anyway. And it's going to come up hopefully soon. So yes, this is the guest. His name is Sam Hugan. He plays Jamie in the Outlander series. So that's going to be fun to meet him finally after all these years. And it turns out that it's going to be on Saturday, and there's going to be a bunch of opportunities and different things that we're going to be doing. But it's not just Saturday, it's also Sunday morning. There's also going to be an event. So after the 8 to 9 p.m. Saturday night event, there's going to be a Sunday morning event, which is called, I think it's called something like Tea with Two Lords and a Lady or something like that. The names are like, they get very creative with these names, but I'm going to that. And because I'm doing that, it turns out that the tea event, which is at 10:30 a.m. in the morning, is at the same time that I would normally be doing my Sunday brunch show. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do my Sunday brunch show at 10:30 a.m. on Sunday. I'm going to try and do an earlier show so I can either have something pre-recorded or maybe even just do an early morning thing. So it's called Morning Tea with Two Highlanders and a Lord. And so it says, you don't want to miss this. Kick off Sunday morning at New York Comic Con with a trip to the Scottish Highlands. And essentially, it's a fantastic morning panel where Sam Hugan will also be there, along with Duncan Lacroix, David Barry, and Dana Galbadon, who's the author of Outlander. She's the author who has written this incredible series, which has been so incredibly popular, everybody. It is pure fantasy. I am going to have a show where they actually had an article about all the love scenes from Outlander. I keep calling it Highlander. From Outlander. And I guess maybe something about it reminds me of Highlander, although it is probably not anything like that show. But I did just want to show you guys here that it is Sunday at 10:30 a.m. And because of this, I can't do my Sunday brunch show at the normal 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So I will probably do my Sunday brunch show a lot earlier so I can get to, New York City, because I don't live in the city. I live slightly outside of it. So I can get there on time for this show at 10:30 a.m. So here you can see who's going to be there at the Empire stage. It's going to be David Barry, who plays one of the characters in Outlander. This is the author, Diana Galbadon, and Duncan Lacroix, who also plays one of the characters, and Sam Hugan, who plays Jamie, who's one of the main characters. So I'm really excited for that happening. I can't wait to hear them talk about this. And it's going to be nice. They're going to talk about how they worked on the show and everything. Diana Gabaldon is also going to have her own panel sometime during the con, guys. So that is happening as well. But I also have tickets to some other things because when I looked at the reservations, and as I said, the way that they make reservations now, it's not by lottery anymore. The way that it's done is that you have to wait sort of, to see what, you wait online, sort of like on a service line. And then once you are online, you get an opportunity to reserve different events. And that's how I got the Friday night horror event. But I also got some other events, and I think I have them here in front of me. I just want to make sure I kind of know what I'm talking about here. So let's see. Yes. So I managed to get the Friday Violent Night at 7 p.m. And I also managed to get some sort of reservations for some events. For example, I also managed to get the Saturday Animation Crunchyroll One Piece film red panel, which takes place at 10:45 p.m. So it should pop up here, Crunchyroll. It's not really in order, but certainly it is something to think about if that's what you want to go for. Let me see if I can just click on, no, let me just stay on Saturday. Because it's not the way that it's done, everything is kind of bunched together. I don't know why they would put it together, but I'm not complaining. I'm fine with that. I'm still wondering whether I should get Anson Mount's autograph. What do you guys think? Should I? Ice-T will be there as well. So there is that. So there is going to be Marvel's Voices, The World Outside Your Window, which should be interesting. Criminal Compulsions, The Appeal of Crime Fiction. Kings, Queens, Cosplay and Crossplay. Also, let's see. Some other things that are interesting. There is two other things that I do want to mention to you before I end this video. It's actually a little bit longer than what I thought I was going to make this video, be, but that's okay because sometimes when you're talking about things that you're looking forward to, these things come up. So continuing on, there's going to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from comic book to screen panel. And that's at 12 o'clock. I am looking for something that should have already been listed there. Saturday Animation and Crunchyroll One Piece film red panel on Saturday. So I didn't see it here. Let's see, what time was that supposed to be? At 10:45, and it should have shown already. But yeah, I have something to attend at that time at 10:45 a.m. So there is that. I wonder if I passed it. Yeah, maybe I did pass it. So let's just keep going. There is one other event that I want to mention that takes place at 4 p.m. on Saturday. And the reason why I want to mention it is because I just didn't think I would get into it. So there's the Titans of Fantasy in conversation. Join three of the authors: Brandon Sanderson, The Stormlight Archive; Diana Gabaldon, who is the author of Outlander. I keep saying Highlander. And Terry Brooks. Certainly excited to see Diana Gabaldon in this panel if I could make that one, if it doesn't conflict with anything else. Also, there is, I'm trying to get to the one in question. There's a My Hero Academia panel, not a surprise there. And let's see, Comets in the Post-Pandemic World panel. I know a lot of you guys are creators out there. Of course, R.L. Stine will be there. Remember him from Goosebumps. Certainly that would be interesting to speak to him. RuPaul Drag Race. Oh, interesting. They're going to be talking about that. Or, gee, I wonder if he's going to be there. Wouldn't that be something? Let's see. And hopefully it will pop up soon, guys. Let's see. I think Brett Baker might be I think Brett Baker might be the voice of a bunch of, I could be wrong. No, maybe it's not him. I keep thinking of the guy who does so many of these voiceovers, voice acting for video games. He did the voice for Joel in The Last of Us, I think part 1 and 2. Genshin Impact Jeopardy. And okay, so I might have to just go ahead and find the thing I'm looking for, guys. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and search for it because, there's a DC's Superman panel. And they talk about the 30th anniversary of the death of Superman. Making of the Transformers Beast Wars. So that looks interesting. And it's much farther down. Let me see if I can just, yeah, of course I passed it because it's a 4 o'clock. It's something that starts at 4 o'clock. And I kind of mentioned this in another show of what to look forward to, everybody. And it is a special panel. I think it's a special panel. And it's this one. The Star Trek universe. Yes, I got tickets for this panel. Now, this is a miracle because normally I don't get tickets to something like this. I got one ticket. It's the Star Trek universe panel, everybody. This is the panel that I was talking about. This is the panel where everybody from the next generation will be there. Patrick Stewart, Frakes, Burton, Fadden, Spiner, Surtees, Dorn, all will be there. But in addition to that, there's going to be Alice Kirkman, Rod Roddenberry, who I believe I met once at Comic-Con I think last year, Terry Metalis, Kate Mulgrew, Ella Purnell, Brett Gray, Jamila Jamil, Kevin Hagman, and Ben Heben. So that I'm going to be there. I'm going to be at the Star Trek universe panel. So I reserved, I didn't know I was going to get this, but I managed to get it, guys. One ticket to go at 4 p.m. on the Empire stage. Certainly it's going to be interesting with Picard season 3 coming up. It says Picard returns for his 3rd and final season with Patrick Stewart, of course, and everybody in tow. They don't have the pictures of everybody there. Michael Dorn. I'm just going to be fun to see all of this, everybody. It's really going to be fun. I had no idea I was going to get a ticket to this, but when I saw it, I clicked on it and I got it. So I will be attending, ironically, the Star Trek Universe panel at 4 p.m. on Saturday. I'm really excited for this. I had no idea I was going to get tickets for that, but I was lucky to get it. The last thing I was going to say is I'm also attending on Sunday the Winchester's pilot screening, which I managed to get a ticket for. So there is that. So that's just my panel selections. The Winchester's pilot screening is on Sunday at 2 p.m. on the Empire stage. I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be busy at this con. Yes, I am disappointed that I am not attending the con the way I normally would, everybody. But it's okay. I mean, after all, I'm going to see everybody from Star Trek, the Next Generation crew, which is going to be really, really enjoyable. I'm going to see people who I haven't seen for a while, some of them, I haven't seen them since, I guess, May. And so this is going to be a really nice con, I think. I think that it's going to be very different from the last one that I attended in New York, where I didn't go to any panels, and that was okay because it was the right choice at that time for me. But to be honest with you, being able to attend panels this year is starting to make it feel the way that it used to feel before when you would attend panels. They are always so much fun to get on the sort of, those main stages, not have to figure out whether you're going to get in. I actually have tickets to stuff now, which is enjoyable. And as I said, the last event that I'm going to is going to be the Winchesters. Let's see if I can search for it. Winchester's pilot screening Q&A. So let's just search for that. Oh my goodness. Okay. And it says on Sunday, October 9th from 2 to 3. Before Sam and Dean, there were their parents, John and Mary Todd, from the perspective of narrator Dean Winchester. The Supernatural prequel series is the epic, untold love story of how, their family comes around and everything. But the point is, I managed to get panel tickets for that too. So, guys, this is pretty much the end of my New York Comic Con panel preview. Of course, there are other things at New York Comic Con that I am excited about seeing. And of course, I don't know how it's going to be this year. As I mentioned, we do have to, unfortunately, wear some kind of mask. And also the other thing I did want to mention, it says that if you can't tune in, you can tune into the action from home by streaming the panels for free or by buying a digital ticket. So you can do that. The tickets will have access to video on demand from the Empire and main stages and room 405. So that is something to think about if you can't make it. So anyway, I did just want to thank you all for taking the time out to listen to my New York Comic Con panel preview. I am very excited this year. There's a lot going on. I only scratched the surface of what was going on, everyone. Remember, there is Artist Alley. There's a ton of cosplay stuff that I didn't get into. And there's also other events going on. But I did just want to touch base with all of you about what I'd be doing. So I will be there, hoping to see some of you guys who are located in New York and will be attending New York City Comic Con. But until then, for all of you out there, no matter where you are and what you're doing, always remember to please be kind, everybody. Take care. Bye.